Indonesia, a land of over 13,000 islands, spreads like jewels across the Indian Ocean. I recently revisited the island of Bali, a land steeped in myth, magic, superstition, and the supernatural. And of course, some of the best waves in the world. But before hitting the coast, I climbed the sacred Mount Agung, the highest mountain in Bali and still active volcano, in search of old-time friend and 16th generation Balinese healer, Pak Leo, who can look at you, diagnose your illness, and then cure you with plants, or what some may call magic. I first met Leo when I was 7 years old, and he led my family on an adventure deep into the jungle to a sacred waterfall in search of an herb that actually cured my friend's cancer. Then, when I was 13, I was suffering from severe pain in my neck. Leo told me I had an extra bone, and sure enough, an x-ray proved I did indeed have a cervical rib. In another instance, my friend was on the search for Mr. Right, but couldn't seem to find him. Leo performed a special ceremony, ensuring a certain sequence of events, ending in marriage the following year. All he predicted came true. On this visit, I found Leo deep in a cave on Mount Agung, meditating to the light of a handmade torch. Without opening his eyes, he knew who I was and told me to meditate beside him. After thanking me for coming, Leo blessed me with holy water, and then suddenly said we must leave Agung immediately, as a dear friend of mine needed me. After quite the adventure down, Leo whisked me away on his motorbike to one of the villages I grew up in. We arrived to a massive temple ceremony, but there was no sense of celebration in the air, and everyone seemed to be gathered for some kind of performance. I soon found a friend that I used to dance with, and she informed me of the terrible news. My best Balinese friend and Legong dance teacher, Ilo, had died mysteriously that day while bathing in the river. She was 9 months pregnant, and the baby died as well. I was in total shock. So my friend held my hand as we watched an amazing performance based on driving off the evil spirits that they believe killed Ilo. It began with the seemingly childish but ancient act of shadow puppets to determine whether any sort of witch doctor was involved. As the night wore on, the trance dancers were called upon, beginning with the sacred Kris dance, or knife stabbing. Then came the female trance dance, where all the young virgins of the village became supernatural angelic vessels to scare away the evil spirits. And finally came the Kachak fire dance, where a man runs barefoot through a raging fire. Sensing my immense shock and sadness, Leo surprised me by saying that I must complete my surf adventure. Death is only a part of life, which I should live to its fullest. So grabbing whatever form of transportation I could find, I set off across Indonesia. I surfed some of the best waves of my life, but most importantly, I made it back for Ilo's cremation and to dance in her honor with my amazing village family. And of course, say thank you to Pak Leo and Balinese Magic for allowing me to be there for the passing of one of my best friends. Ilo, you will always be in my heart.